For decades, science fiction has promised us a future filled with sleek, personal flying vehicles, a world where traffic jams are a relic of the past. Well, that future might be closer than you think. Today, we're taking a deep dive into the incredible world of personal flying vehicles, exploring the technology that's making them a reality, and asking the big question, when can we all get our own pilot's license? So, what exactly are we talking about when we say personal flying vehicles? The term is pretty broad, but it generally refers to small, often single-passenger aircraft designed for individual use. Forget the massive commercial jets. Think more along the lines of a flying motorcycle or a compact autonomous pod. The most common designs emerging today are often called eVTOLs, which stands for Electric Vertical Takeoff and Landing Aircraft. This is the key innovation. Unlike a traditional airplane that needs a long runway, an eVTOL can lift off and land straight up and down, just like a helicopter. This means they could operate from small landing pads on top of buildings, in parking lots, or even in a spacious backyard. The real magic behind these machines is the convergence of several groundbreaking technologies. First, there's distributed electric propulsion. Instead of one or two large, noisy combustion engines, eVTOLs use multiple small, quiet electric motors and propellers. This not only makes them significantly quieter than helicopters, but also much safer. If one or two motors fail, the others can compensate, allowing the vehicle to land safely. This redundancy is a massive leap forward in aviation safety. Next up is the revolution in battery technology. Just like with electric cars, the development of lighter, more powerful, and faster charging batteries is the fuel for this industry. Early electric flight was limited to just a few minutes, but modern battery packs are pushing the boundaries, enabling longer flight times and practical travel distances. We're now seeing prototypes capable of traveling over 100 miles on a single charge. And perhaps the most futuristic element of all is the advancement in autonomous flight and artificial intelligence. Many of the leading concepts for personal air travel are being designed to be partially or fully autonomous. Imagine summoning an air taxi on your smartphone, just like you would an Uber. It arrives, you hop in, and an advanced AI-powered flight control system navigates you through a dedicated air corridor, safely and efficiently to your destination. This eliminates the need for every individual to become a highly trained pilot, making urban air mobility accessible to the masses. Sophisticated sensor, sweet slider radar cameras create a 360-degree awareness, allowing the vehicle to detect and avoid obstacles from other aircraft to birds. So, who are the major players turning this dream into reality? The field is packed with innovative companies, from ambitious startups to aviation giants. Companies like Joby Aviation, Archer, and Whisk Aero are developing sleek, multi-rotor eVTOLs that look like something straight out of a blockbuster movie. Joby's aircraft, for example, has tilting propellers that allow it to take off vertically like a helicopter, and then transition to flying forward like a conventional plane, combining the best of both worlds. Then you have companies focusing on a more personal scale. Jetson, with their Jetson 1, has created what is essentially a recreational flying sports car. It's an ultralight vehicle that you can actually pilot yourself after some training. Another incredible example is the Lift aircraft Hexa, a single-seat amphibious EVTO that looks like a giant drone you can ride in. These are designed for fun and short-distance travel, giving us the first real taste of personal flight. Even major aerospace companies like Boeing and Airbus are investing heavily in their own urban air mobility divisions, signaling a massive industry-wide shift. Of course, the road to a sky full of flying cars isn't without its challenges. The hurdles are significant, but they are being actively addressed. The biggest one is regulation. How do we manage a sky filled with thousands of these low-altitude vehicles? This requires a whole new form of air traffic control, often referred to as unmanned traffic management, or UTM. Think of it as a digital highway in the sky, a system that coordinates all these flights in real time to prevent collisions and ensure a smooth flow of traffic. Governments and aviation authorities around the world, like the FAA in the US and EASA in Europe, are working hand in hand with these companies to develop the rules and certifications needed to make this a safe reality. Safety is, without a doubt, the number one priority. These vehicles must be demonstrably safer than driving a car for the public to accept them. This is where the distributed electric propulsion and advanced autonomous systems come into play. But it also involves rigorous testing, certification processes that are even more stringent than those for cars, and building public trust one safe flight at a time. Then there's the issue of infrastructure. Where will all these vehicles take off and land? We need a network of vertiports, specialized landing pads equipped with charging stations and passenger terminals. Integrating these into our already crowded cities is a major urban planning challenge. And let's not forget noise. While EVTOLs are much quieter than helicopters, the sound of hundreds of them flying overhead still needs to be managed to avoid creating a new kind of noise pollution. So, the million-dollar question, when can you actually buy one or hail one? The answer is unfolding in stages. The first phase, which is already beginning, will likely be air taxi services in major cities. Companies are targeting commercial launch dates in the mid-2020s. You might be able to book a flight from a downtown vertiport to the airport in a city like Los Angeles or Dubai as early as 2025 or 2026, cutting a 1-hour car journey down to just 15 minutes. The next phase will be the wider availability of personal recreational vehicles like the Jetson 1. As production scales up and costs come down, these will become more accessible to enthusiasts who want to experience the thrill of personal flight. The ultimate visioner personal flying vehicle in every garage is still further down the road, likely a decade or more away. This will require not only cheaper vehicles, but also a fully mature air traffic management system and widespread public acceptance. But the journey has started, and the pace of innovation is absolutely breathtaking. The impact of this technology could be transformative. It could revolutionize urban transportation, reduce traffic congestion on the ground, and cut down on pollution. It could connect rural and remote communities in ways never before possible. Imagine being able to live in a beautiful, remote area, but still commute to a city center for work in under 30 minutes. This technology could redefine where we live, work, and play. The dream of personal flight, once confined to the pages of science fiction, is taking shape in workshops and on test fields around the globe. It's a complex and challenging endeavor, but the brightest minds in engineering, aviation, and software are working to solve these problems. The coming decade is going to be incredibly exciting as we witness the birth of a new era in transportation. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the future of flight. What do you think? Are you excited about personal flying vehicles, or do you have concerns? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video and want to stay updated on the latest tech innovations, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. See you in the next one.